Hi guys, today I will be sketching this orange juice can using graphite. I will be using Faber Castell pencils. And I will use the 2B for the lighter shades and their black colored pencil for the darker ones. So first I placed the can to a desired angle and adjusted the brightness to see those little shadows before I took the photo. I then edited the photo on an app called Drawing Grid Maker to have those grid lines. I want it in squares, so I checkmarked the SQ and set the number to 20. I then changed it to a black and white filter to have a more suitable reference to the medium I will be using. So I started making the lines, and the thing about this is that you don't really have to make the exact number of squares with the one on the photo. You just have to make the ones fitted in the object you desire to draw. This is of course unless you're drawing the whole picture, then that's the time you have to match the number of squares in your sketchbook with the number of squares in the photo. Also, the length of the lines, the space in between lines or the square you make is really up to you. You can have it in 1 inch if you have a bigger canvas, and in my case, my sketchbook is small, so I have it in 1 centimeter. What matters is that the part of that picture in a specific square must match your drawing on the exact square in your sketchbook. In the app, you can choose to label the squares. So as you can see here, I only labeled the squares fitted with a can. That's square 4 to 10. To make it easier, I suggest to draw the outlines first. Draw the lines from one square to another before filling the squares one by one. Then start with the parts of the object that is either in plain color or the ones that don't have text or other graphics to it, or just basically start shading the background lightly. This kinda gives you a middle ground for the shades, so when you need it to be darker, you can just apply more force to it or layer it up. Another tip is that when copying text, especially the very small ones, you can just create lines to match it. For me, what's important is how it's seen as the whole picture, but this is just me. You do you. As you can see here, I really didn't draw the text on the nutritional facts because for me, they are the parts of the objects that my eyes don't directly see, if that makes sense. Unlike the bigger text, like the Del Monte, pineapple orange, the one on the bottom, these are the texts I need to emphasize because they are the ones that is obviously there and just wouldn't make sense if you cheat your way through it. Also for me, texts are the most important parts of the object when you draw it because you can't change how it's structured or how it's seated in the photo. So when you draw a letter E, it must look E. These are just the things you need to really focus on. I also want to address the shadows. These are the things you really want to darken. Shadows are black, so it should be black in your drawing to make it realistic. Also, highlights are white, so this part should be clean. This part should have no trace of pencils in them or shading. This is of course if you're using a white paper. If you're using brown paper, you have to use white color pencil to make your highlight. As you can see here, I'm fixing the letters because in the actual object, the letters have clean edges, so try to achieve that on your drawings too. And I think that's it. If you have any questions or clarifications, you can comment it below and I'll answer it in the next video. See ya! Oh, and before I forget, please like this video and subscribe for more art tutorials. Hi!